Guys, here are the top 3 tips you must know to get off to a rip-roaring start in Raid Shadow Legends. How the heck are you, everybody? I am Fastidious. Welcome to my channel, my first official video on this Raid Shadow Legends channel, or whatever this channel will become. I did a little intro video earlier, but for the first official video, I could not be alone. I had to be with one of my best content creator friends and with a Raid Shadow Legends expert. This is HWZ. You guys can see right above me. He knows what he's doing. This account is no joke. How are you doing, H-Dubs?
I am doing awesome, man. I'm privileged to be with you on your first Raid vid, coming back to the game. So happy to be here, man, and thanks for reaching out.
Totally. Yeah, I actually originally reached out, originally just for advice, because I was like, if I'm coming back to the game, you help me so much with Dragonair. You're kind of an expert on all these games that I don't know as well. But I also thought it'd be fun to do a little quiz, because I know you do quizzes on your channel, and we just filmed that. So people can go check that out on your channel. Basically, it's like a quiz like, do you know Raid? And the answer for me, obviously, is kind of no. But I did remember some stuff, so I thought we had some fun, right?
Yeah, man. You did pretty good, guys. So definitely go check him out, see what he knows, and, you know, show him some love.
So in this video, I have not even downloaded the game yet. Right after this video, I'm downloading the game. But before I do, you guys know me. I get fastidious about things. I'm gonna get down in the details. I wanna be prepared. So I need an expert like my friend HWZ over here to give me a couple hot tips. So I'm starting on the right foot. And I'm thinking for a lot of you guys starting right now alongside me, or anybody watching in the future, these tips are gonna help you a bunch too. Because you don't wanna make mistakes, especially when you start a new account, because it can really set you back. So, you ready, H-Dubs?
Oh yeah, man, I'm ready.
So, the 3 must-know tips for a brand spanking new account in Raid Shadow Legends. Let's get into it. All right, so like I said, I have not even downloaded the game yet. I can't wait to do it. Before I do, I need the knowledge. So where are we kicking things off, H-Dubs? What is your number 1 tip, or let's just say your first tip? These are your top 3. What's the first one?
First tip, number 1 thing is to go and find you a decent promo code, right? Day 1, you're going to be able to enter a few promo codes that will give you champions, in addition to the download link that you guys are going to be using from Fastidious, which is going to give you, you know, some champs as well. But you want to go and use them, because some of the ones that give you a really strong start, like the Sun Wukong ones, I believe there's another for like Ultimate Death Knight, but there's like a ton now. But you can only use them like within the first like 48 hours or something wild like that. Otherwise, you can't use them. So it has to be a brand spanking new account. And you want to take advantage of getting, you know, a solid extra champ to start with, but you must do that within like the first day or so. Otherwise, the promo code won't work for you. So that's definitely top for me.
Totally. And yeah, I was talking to Bront Catherter about this, and he was saying you also not only have to do that, which you have to do because it's like a free legendary hero or like a free top epic, whatever you decide, but you got to make sure you choose right or correctly for what you want, right? Because you can only use, there's like a group of those and you can only use one, right?
Yeah. So you only get to pick one, and you got to think about how, you know, how you like to play, what you want to, you know, do in the game or accomplish in the game. Like when we were doing free to play challenge last year, I actually selected Allure, because I know that like Fire Knight is pretty difficult at the start. And I knew that getting her would easily get me through that hard stage. Stage 13, I think, is like a kind of a pedestal that you need to get above for the Arbiter missions. And so I selected Allure with that specifically in mind. So definitely make your choice. I wouldn't suggest choosing Allure because there are much better options now, but she is available.
Maybe could you pop her up? Could you pop her up in the index?
Yeah,
I think I remember. She's like a demon that does like multi-hitters, if I remember correctly.
That
you
is
got
correct.
Search in the index now?
Yeah, we've got Search now. So Allure, yeah, she has a triple hit A1 that decreases the turn meter, which is huge for Fire Knight, huge for getting the shield down. She's a bit of a pain to build because you do need crit, you do need accuracy as well on her.
For people who don't know, right, she's like, Fire Knight's one of the best. She's one of the best heroes for Fire Knight, and Fire Knight's one of the best places to farm gear when you're starting, right? Some good endgame gear you can get there.
Yeah, actually, some of the best sets in the game come from Fire Knight, and you know, ever since they added more sets in, Ice Golem is actually pretty good, but you gotta farm Fire Knight. You gotta get Savage for your DPS. Stun gear is solid all over for progression. Regen set is huge. Crit damage set is huge. Shield set is huge. right? Curing isn't used much. Immunity isn't used as much as it used to be. Frenzy, kind of niche. Fury, kind of niche, but there's almost no bad set in there.
There's there's like some top sets, and then every other one at least has some value.
Yeah, like Frenzy set got a complete rework, so it's like almost not used. Like
whatever it used to be, that's not what it used to be when I played.
Yeah, it was a lot better before.
Yeah.
And then like the other one, I don't even think I have any of. I have Curing, but
Sold it all.
yeah, I don't really farm Fire Knight much nowadays because, you know, we have crafting. So I get the bulk of my gear from crafting now.
Gotcha. I guess the crux of it is, though, to bring it back to the tip you gave. So tip number 1, choose the right promo code and try to have some vision when you make that choice. So I know a lot of the Watcher Realms people will like this. A big top choice that was recommended to me is Wukong, who's also a super OP hero in Watcher Realms. So if you're going to make that choice, think about, is that like where you want to push content, you know? So where is he good, for example? Like if Allure's good, specifically in the Fire Knight, where's Sun Wukong good? Because it's one or the other, right? If you choose to go for Allure, then the Sun Wukong code won't work, and vice versa.
Exactly. So Sun Wukong is amazing arena champion. You can use him in the Hydra boss, pretty good as well. Some people go for pure DPS. I actually just did a video with him, a 5-second run in the new event dungeon with Sun Wukong just one-shots the boss on the top stage. So he actually has, if I'm correct, one of the, if not the hardest hitting skill here with his A2. There's probably a few champs that, you know, are up there on par with him, but this skill is absolutely ridiculous. So
he's mostly a single target guy.
No, he has an AoE here on the A3.
So you're saying his A2 is like one of the strongest single target, and then his A3, which is usually a really good move, is also a great AoE.
Does splash damage. So basically it hits a target. Any surplus damage if the target is killed is going to go to the rest of the team and ignores 50% of the target's defense. So it's absolutely ridiculous skill.
It's free real estate.
So I feel like I should pick him.
Yes, you should pick him.
Okay.
Like sheep debuff, amazing, right? He has block buffs.
What is that? Sorry.
So basically you attack someone and turn them into a sheep. They pretty much all their stats are stripped. They'll be base speed. They lose all their buffs and they have to await 2 turns, sometimes 1 turn. It's basically 2 turns with a condition. They ally attack and they can get the sheep off them, or there'll be a sheep for 2 turns, which kind of sucks.
So can any enemy hero, if you land it, become a sheep?
Yes.
So you can make like the best hero in the game just be a sheep that sucks.
You could, unless they have enough resist. Yeah.
So yeah, basically, I feel like most of us should probably pick Sun Wukong. And then what you were kind of saying is, if you don't want to, then pick strategically, just because like, oh, I really like Fire Knight, or oh, I really like this. I think Bron said Mordecai was one, right?
Mordecai is a strong one.
And like he's really good for the spider. So I remember that. I remember when I got him back in my day. Okay, sweet. I also want to quickly throw in, you touched on it, so thank you for the cross promo. Maybe tip number 0, if you're starting the game, use my freaking link. I've got this link Plarium gave me. A lot of new creators now will get a new link if Plarium brings them on, and each one's a little different, and my one's pretty spicy. Maybe you could show them really fast, so I don't want to spend too much time on it, but you get, for free, the second you log in, Rector Drath.
Yeah.
Who's supposed to be a really, really good support. And then you get a hero I remember extremely well. If you make it to level 15, which I only think takes a couple days, you get Uugo, who's one of my all-time favorite heroes. I remember even when she was added.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know if you have a quick word about either of these two, but Uugo was like, she was probably my second or third favorite hero I had.
Dude, 2 amazing champs, man. Uugo used everywhere, right? She has, you know, decreased defense, block buffs, heals and cleanse, leech on the A1, a condition that allows her to revive if she's the last surviving champ. So very, very strong epic champion. A lot of people like to say she's a Lego. I agree with them. She is a Lego.
Yeah, I was saying to you, I was like, yeah, everyone's telling me my code's good or my download link's good, but I didn't get a legendary. And you're like, well, you kind of did. And I was like, okay, that makes me feel better.
you pretty much did. And then Rector Drath is an amazing support, right? She has revive as well. She has veil. She has heals, decrease attack on the A1. So very solid support champ for sure.
What does the veil do? I'm not even just doing this for the viewers. I don't remember. Is it make you invisible?
Yeah, so you can't be targeted. And
Okay.
the solid thing about Perfect Veil, it can't be stolen. It can be removed, but it can't be. It's one of the buffs that actually you can't steal it.
So they can strip it off, they can like dispel it, but they can't actually grab it for themselves.
Yeah,
like some heroes
exactly.
do.
You can't actually grab it.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
If you do want to start, pretty good way to do it. All right, sir, tip number 2, what's that going to be? So we know you got to use my download link, and then you got to pick the right promo code, which, let's be honest, I think for most of us, if you want to min-max, is going to be the monkey. What's number 2?
Number 2 is invest in your campaign farmer, because you're going to need to make a lot of chickens.
Tell me really quick what you mean by chickens.
Chickens. So if we go here, right, we want to rank up a champ, you got to make chickens, right? So let's say I got a 3-star, I want to rank her up. I would, level these guys. Or that's actually a bad example. Let's say I've got a 4-star here and I don't have any of these chickens. Then I'm gonna level up some commons, some uncommons, so that they get to 4-star, and then I can use them, as chickens to rank her up. So you're gonna want to go into campaign, right? Give you an example here. We'll go to campaign. I farm normal to conserve energy because they make us farm this 500 times per month. I don't know why they need to change it. It's a mandatory thing for the monthly missions, but you're going to have a campaign farmer. And mine is Queen Eva, but most people are going to be starting out with, like I said, Kel or Elaine. And you want to max this champ as much as you can, as fast as you can, so that you can get in here and be ranking champions up in campaign, either to use or to use to rank up other champions. So
I mean, I did play raid for a while, so I was kind of asking the chicken question for the viewers' benefit, but also I did wonder, can you convert so basically chickens equal fodder, right?
Yes.
It's like, it's star up material.
Yes.
And to make a 3-star or 4-star, you need 3 chickens or 3-star fodder. I think a lot of people that have played games of this genre will get that, but in Watcher Realms, there's psychic powers, so in this game, it's chickens. You gotta translate that. But one thing I always wish they did, and maybe they do it now, let's say I farmed up a bunch of 3-star fodder. Can I convert that into chickens? Can I convert those fodder heroes into chickens? Or is that not a thing?
Convert? No. So they kind of
I always wanted them to do that. And I was like, you'd have so much more space in your inventory. It'd be so much better.
That would actually be a great addition, man, to just convert them to chickens in that way, because space is an issue. Champion space is an issue. They just added some more, so they just actually gave us a bunch of free reserve vault space. But as you can see,
okay, that's good.
I still haven't purchased all of the vault space. Some people have it maxed. I want to say you get up to 400 here and maybe up to 400 here. So I haven't fully maxed it. Reserve vault, I haven't fully maxed as well. This should be maybe up to 600 now or a bit more. I'm not sure.
It looks like you have a lot of fodder heroes in the reserve vault. Is that right?
Yes, I do. I have hundreds of them. So.
Yeah. So that's kind of what you use that for.
Yeah, because you can't put champions that have gear on in the reserve vault. So it's pretty much just like all fodder here and dupe legendaries that I have no use for at the moment, or ones that are in my faction guardian. So this is mostly my faction guardian champs that I'm like slowly taking up. Like you were saying that like I have like my player power is a lot. It's because like, yeah, I've been making sure I rank up my faction guardians like as much as I can. That's a bad example there, but like just investing in even the rares. Well, some of them I've begun to like rank them up too, which contributes to the account power as well. So
to recap, right, you need to farm up, just like in any game, your fodder heroes to feed them into feed them into more fodder, to make the right fodder to star up the heroes you care about or the champions you care about. So just, you want to get on that as fast as possible, because you're basically, your progress is going to get stunted if you're using a bunch of 4-star heroes instead of 6-star heroes, right?
That's correct. Which actually leads me into tip number 3 is make as many 6-star champions as you can, right? So that first day, you want to be taking your starter champion, right? Or maybe you decide to take someone that you pick from the promo code, but I would suggest the starter champion because a rare is going to be less resource intensive for you to rank up. Push them as much as you can, right? Level them up, invest in, the spirit keep, magic keep, because they're all magic. Get as many potions as you can so that you can ascend them. Get some accessories on them, because you can't put an accessory on them without them being ascended, right? Invest in that champion, get them to 6-star, and then use them as a campaign farmer so that you could be making as many 6-stars as possible. And you want to be consistently doing that, because Once you don't, like if you don't, progression starts to get very slow.
Let me do a little bit of translation. So when you're saying ascending in Watcher Realms, that would be promotion. Basically, it's like, you know, you can star someone up, but then you can still ascend or promote them. That can like enhance the stats and everything. It's gonna be really key for a lot of things. For some heroes, does it even unlock skills? Yeah.
It does, yes. For some of them, exactly. Gains a new skill, increases basis stats. So
yeah,
a lot of champs, you need to, well, not a lot, but there are a few champs, quite significant amount of champs that need to be at least 3-star ascended in order to unlock a skill. So
to even like resemble their full kit kind of thing.
Exactly. Like Lady Mikage, you don't even get her aura until she gets to 3 stars. So
wow. Okay. To recap that as well, right? You're not just gonna. It's not like make a bunch of 6-star every hero. No, you need to make a plan, pick the right heroes, and do it. Min max it. Be efficient. Hang out here. Check out H-Dub's channel. We'll have his information below. We'll help you do that. Don't worry. Just like in any game I've covered. However, once you have that plan, don't just sit around and wait and be like, oh, but maybe I can push this content a little further. It's like, yeah, to some extent. Basically, no. You know which heroes you have to build. It's going to be boring, but farm, build them up as fast as possible, and then you'll properly get carried through the beginning of the game, right?
Exactly. Well said, man. Well said.
Okay, I got a really quick question, actually. This is very in the weeds, but I remember back in the day, there was a big, do you farm 12-3 or 12-6? Because like this will make sense to everybody once you've played for like 2 days, because that's what you do. It's like the last chapter or the last part of the campaign, and then that's where you do your XP farming, right? So what was the benefit? Why do we do 3 instead of 6? I honestly can't remember. The 6 is better, isn't it?
We do 3 because the shields are worth more to sell.
Oh, okay. So that's actually, here's a adjunct tip that actually reminded me. So if I'm right, each stage drops a different kind of gear.
Yes.
And then the shields just are more for some reason.
Yep. For whatever reason.
Okay. So it's a trade-off. So I'm assuming 6, you get more XP because it's higher, but it's not enough to make it worth it over just getting the shields and selling them for more silver.
I don't know that you actually get more XP. I think think the XP is like based on the stage and not the level. So
okay.
You might get less.
Today I learned.
Yeah, I need to double check that, but I don't think it's like more XP for per stage in here. But the various areas have more or less XP.
Actually, being in here just woke something up in my mind. Okay, so I want to give a little like adjunct tip, but we kind of already talked about it. So part of the benefit of getting Uugo, can you go to stage 9, if I'm remembering right? I think it's stage 9.
Yes.
Part of the benefit of getting Uugo, I think it's stage 9. I'm right. Okay, cool. Part of the benefit of getting Uugo, how many times can I say that, is she has AoE defense break, which is super rare, right? The big version of defense break, and it's really hard to get. So whenever I did any new account, I would live here because I wanted to get War Maiden, who you see right above my head, because this was like the only free-to-play accessible way to get it. Because to advance in Raid Shadow Legends, you need AoE, and to have good AoE, you need to have AoE defense break, AoE defense reduction. And Uugo is going to give it to you from like level 15 with my code, which is like day 2. You don't have to be here, which I remember I was on one account where I was like 5 days here waiting for War Maiden to drop, because she's a rare that does it. So another benefit, I just wanted to say that because I saw 9, I was like, I have some nasty memories from that place. I don't remember why.
So there are a few things that, to be had in campaign for sure. Like one thing that I did on my free to play was I came into Palace of Aravi and I just like farmed stage 6, try to get some speed boots. So that was something that, I definitely took advantage of.
We're in the point now where it's like all the little things we're thinking of, but just really quick, because it's just for anyone that's never played the game before. Raid Shadow Legends, unlike something like Watcher Realms, is a turn-based game. And in turn-based games, at least every turn-based game I've ever played, speed is God. And you can only get speed as a main stat on boots in Raid. I think I'm remembering everything right. So totally. So you're getting a speed set with the speed boots. I remember double dipping like that back in the day. That's a really good tip.
Yeah, especially like when Ascension first came out, right? Like, everybody was trying to get, speed Ascension on a speed.
Can you remind me what Ascension is?
So we get the materials to ascend from the Sand Devil, and basically you can ascend a primary stat on, your gear. So you can ascend your boot to get 12 more speed on it. And so this
Like
is
it boosts. It's like an additional boost to the main stat.
additional stats, so you can get
Got it.
additional crit
Holy
damage,
crap!
defense, things
Is
like
it random? It doesn't always correspond with the main stat. You just
Yes,
your boots do, because that's great.
it's totally random. And yeah, like if you look here, I ascended this I reworked this 18 times trying to get this stat, which cost me like a ridiculous amount of chaos dust to try to get the stat. When it first came out, like everybody was farming campaign stage 6 of Palace to try to just get speed boots in speed set so they could ascend them to try to like get their account faster.
Gotcha. I was gonna say that's like probably a great transition to how we can wrap this video up. If you're trying out Raid Shadow Legends with me and H-Dubs, awesome, happy to have you here. But you gotta remember, the grind is freaking real. Just like with any of these hero builders, hero collectors, gacha games, you know, anything like this, the grind is legit. I mean, how long did it take you to get the materials to rework that 18 times? It's like unthinkable, I'm assuming.
Well, 145 dust. I don't even remember the numbers offhand, but I could tell you right now, it
was a long ass time.
No, I could get that in a day. I'm thinking about the amount of energy it takes, because like my team is very fast.
I mean, that's kind of what I mean, but for like a free to play or a low spender.
Oh, for a free to play.
Getting that amount of energy is gonna take a long ass time.
Yeah, it's gonna take a long time.
So yeah, what we're trying to say is, if you want to join us playing the game, absolutely do it. Hopefully these tips help you in a big way. If you already started playing, hit me up in the comments. I'll answer it. But just be prepared, because if you want an account like this with 34 million, and it could be a lot higher if he geared all his people, and then maybe you're going to show them the roster, endless gold for days, the grind is legit. It's you got to buckle up, you got to be a patient person.
Yeah, definitely. It takes a ton of patience, guys. This is Wait Shadow Legends, as they say. So you gotta be patient. You gotta wait on things to come.
I don't know if I heard that one. That is patient Shadow Legends without a doubt. Thank you so much, H-Dubs. I really, really appreciate it. Any final thoughts, final nugget of wisdom to send people on their way?
Have fun, guys. Don't get frustrated with it. You gotta just have fun. At the moment you're not having fun, take a break and then come back to it, you know, so you can have some more fun. That's all I gotta say.
I think that's spot on. And if I could piggyback off that the slightest bit, there's no rush. You're not going to compete with an account like this for a very long time, or many hundreds of thousands of dollars, one or the other. So just accept it, have fun, go at your own pace. You can be here along with me as I progress as well. And I think we're going to have a lot of fun. I think we're going to make a lot of progress. Thank you, H-Dubs. Everybody go check out the video we did on his channel. If you're used to seeing me be like an expert in Watcher of Realms or some other games, it will be pretty funny, I think, to see me definitely not be that. And definitely check out H-Dubs' channel in general. I'll have those links as well in the description and the top pinned comment. Thank you. Share with your mother. We'll see you real soon. Bye.
Fastidious.